Good evening, my fellow martial art warriors. It doesn't quite work. Maybe I should have just said my fellow monkeys. That feels a bit weird as well. It works when it's a Souls game and you've got like Ashen One and Tarnished and Good Hunter and shit like that, but nah. Anyway. It's yeah, we made it. We survived to the end of the week. Barely. Somehow. And the reward is we're gonna play some Black Myth Wukong. The plan for tonight is I'm gonna spend a little bit of time. I need to get to the first bonfire shrine, just so I can definitely travel. Oh god, yawning already. Not a good sign. I'll liven up in a moment. And then after that, I'm gonna nip through the previous zones and go ingredient hunting. I wonder if there's like a guide. Black Myth Wukong. It's not 100% clear. It just says which zone it's found in. We can jump into that. Let's just do that. Rather than wasting any time. Resurrection. Oh, something we also need to do is we need to have a read through the item, the various descriptions, don't we? Because we built up a few things. The journal. What lesser Yao did we meet? Oh, okay. In the past, the craftsmen building the Grand Hall in the New West frequently encountered strange occurrences, leading many to quit. Curious, several craftsmen sought out the abbot, reputed to be a high monk, for answers. The abbot, without hesitation, led them to the great pagoda, where he revealed the Lantern Warden. The craftsmen were terrified, having heard tales of Yao Guais in their youth, but never having seen one. At that moment, a wondrous sound echoed through the great pagoda, and the Lantern Warden emitted a blinding light, causing the craftsmen to lose their sight. They cried out in despair. The abbot smiled and said, "To those to see the truth, one must be willing to sacrifice even sight. You might as well stay here in this temple and practice the path to ultimate bliss with me. Perhaps you'll have the chance to transcend and reach the Buddha's realm." Realizing they were now blind and unable to find work, the craftsmen decided to abandon the secular life and join the temple. They asked the abbot how they should practice, and he replied, "Whatever you are skilled at, practice that." The craftsmen, known for their great strength, decided to pursue enlightenment through martial arts. Despite their blindness, they trained under the temple's overseeing monks. They tied large stones to iron chains and attached them to their wrists, lifting them daily. This also conveniently prepared the stones needed for the temple's construction. The abbot was pleased and appointed them as supporter monks, saving a considerable amount in labor costs. Jesus Christ. Horrible, horrible folks. Yagwai chiefs. Oh, there wasn't a new Yagwai chief. Yellow Wind Sage, as to be expected. Firelight flickered over a table laden with food and drink. The second Prince of Flowing Sand, sitting on the table, gnawed on what might have been half a haunch with relish. Hey, Brannon. All those emotes look really nice in the message box, I think. Roberto! I think I need to put that sound alert somewhere else. I don't like that it blocks other notifications. I might put it down the bottom, just so it sits at the bottom and... yeah. Might get obscured by the captions. Maybe it can go bottom left. Yeah, how you doing, Brannon? Thank you for redeeming your 300 souls. Souls works, I think. I added a little violet tint to them as well to, you know, match the brand. Even the Tiger Vanguard was on his best behavior, watching the dimwit across from him gorging on the haunch. The tiger seemed to have no appetite. I like having the lurk emote since it kind of just feels like a ton of people in a huge doorway. Yeah, I don't actually have a proper lurk emote, do I? Maybe that can be something I use another emote slot for. Why can I not see any emotes to choose from here? Yeah, I don't think I really have anything that's like super lurky. Tori peeking from the left and then someone lurking from the right side. It works so well, yeah. I mean, I could always make one of the animated emotes, like, you know how I've got the... Because I've got the, like, the ones that slide in as well. Like... I believe. Yeah, like, I guess theoretically, you know, I've got an emote like this. I've got one for no as well, so I could maybe have, like, a wave one that does the same, but animated emotes require a subscription anyway, so... Yeah, when Sage sat in the place of honor, yeah. Pa! I need more! A sudden shout from the second prince set all hearts hampering. His pa, the king of the flowing sands, glowered and hissed, "Shut it!" Then he scrambled to his knees and pleaded forgiveness. A trifle is all. The yellow wind sage rested his hand atop the head of the Lingji, then stood. With my master's most prized vessel in my grasp, I can surely absorb that thing. I mean to enter the secluded meditation. I don't know why I've gone with this gluttonous voice. I think it's just because he's eating like a prick. Secluded meditation, starting today. I have appeased those old rascals from above, yet it will still be wise to remain discreet. If you are seeking seclusion, master, born to the king of the flowing sands, my people and I would be honored to camp outside the cave and stand guard beside you. Beside me? The sage gazed at his... Oh wait, that was the Oh wait, no, it was the second prince. Fuck. A trifle is all. Okay, we're doing that voice. Beside me? The sage gazed at his master's head and rejected his offer immediately. No, you will not move to the ridge. You will move to the ridge. I will be settling the yellow wind formation. Let no one disturb me. If there is urgent news, master, how shall we bear it unto you? The king cried out. The yellow wind pointed at the tiger vanguard. Have your rock brothers raise paths of sand, each with a gate locked by a secret tally. You two vanguards will each hold a tally. Before Tiger Vanguard knelt to thank the sage for his weighty charge, the king interjected anxiously, But, master, we rats have never got along with those cats. If they hold the... The yellow wind sage didn't want to listen at all. He picked up the Buddha head and interrupted. All of you withdraw. Do not disturb me until the very sky collapses. Someday I'll have the income to subscribe. Totally fair. Never subscribe if you actually, don't have the income to do so. Bodhisattva Lingji. The reasons behind Bodhisattva Lingji's beheading were widely debated. Tiger Vanguard put it this way. How could we, mere followers, dare to discuss the master's affairs? However, I once heard my father mention that our master despised the Bodhisattva of some sort, their so-called master-disciple bond. To me it was more about merely seeking protection. Being a Gaogwai, you've got to be pragmatic. Immortals and Buddhas don't show mercy. It's all about mutual benefit. The king of the flowing Sam seemed to know more details. Years ago, when Master helped my humble kingdom avert disasters, I caught a glimpse of that big beetle. It had a Buddha head on its back, identical to the one Master beheaded. Alas, everyone in my kingdom turned into rats later. Master said it was a calamity he brought upon us and left with his followers. I know he didn't want to leave, but he always wanted Yaguais to live dignified lives. The second prince was terse. Master, not bad. The Bodhisattva deserved it. Matianba, passing through, sighed and said, An oil-stealing rat climbs high only if someone sets up a ladder. The Yellow Wind Sage had only one comment about the matter. Those who bring disaster upon others will have disaster brought upon themselves, if not by me, then by someone else. Alright, there we go. Caught up on that. So we need to find a save point, and then we're gonna sort of do a quick run through collecting some ingredients. See if we can make more medicine. What is this guy? He's a little... Oh, it's a bat. To read as well. Tiny piece of gold, refined iron sand. Nice, nice, nice. Cyan bat. In the past, there was a butcher named Wang in Changwang village. Orphaned at a young age, his mother couldn't support him, so she sent him to apprentice with a butcher at the foot of the mountain, where he honed his skills. One day, a wealthy family in town was celebrating a birthday and invited Wang to slaughter pigs and sheep. Pleased with his work, the hosts rewarded him with a leg of pork. Wang decided to bring the pork leg back to his mother and set off for the village that night. Halfway there, he saw a man by the roadside, holding a hunting spear, wearing an old cloth shirt. The man called out, "Brother, I'm a hunter from the village, trapping rabbits down this slope. I'm afraid of ghosts at night. May I walk with you?" Wang nodded in agreement, and they continued on their way. After a while, the hunter started a conversation. "Brother, have you heard? There have been reports of Yaoguais on this mountain path recently." Wang laughed. "What's there to fear about Yaoguais? I have a butcher's knife at my waist and a pork leg on my shoulder. If I encounter a Yaoguai, I'll swing the pork leg at it and chop it with my knife." The hunter forced a smile. After walking a bit further, the hunter said, "Brother, you must be very skilled if you're not afraid of Yaoguais." Wang laughed again. "I've been slaughtering animals since I was a child. One strike can hit a vital spot, and one chop can break bones and tendons." The hunter, annoyed, said, "How can you compare Yaoguais to animals?" Wang replied seriously, "There are no Yaoguais in this world. Those who uphold justice are heroes. Those who bully the innocent are simply foul beasts." The hunter, unsure how to respond, walked on in silence. As the village came to view, the hunter hesitated and said, "Since you're not afraid, why not turn around and look at me now? Look at me." Wang had already suspected the hunter was a Yaoguai. He swung the pork leg, knocking the hunter to the ground, and raised his knife to strike. The Yaoguai, losing its composure, quickly spread its wings and flew into the air, spitting. Today I met a tough one. Bad luck, bad luck." With that, it fled immediately. They say the soft persimmons are easy to squeeze, hence it's better to be strong, stand firm, and even Yaoguais will fear you a bit. Kind of got the voices the wrong way around for that one, but oh well. Bastards. Cutscene. Snow Hill Path. We get more plants. Gentian. Oh, perfect. Shrine's right here. Craft. Oh yeah, we can probably craft a new weapon. Well, we don't quite have the materials. Both with a light attack combo, mobile staff spin can stir up a whirlwind of... Nice, 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 nice. We like that. That's pretty cool. Armor to craft as well. Ochre battle robe. Decoy and duplicates are cloaked in yellow and granting them considerable damage reduction. That sounds pretty good. But we need all 3 for that. Model increases critical hit chance for a short duration. Well, at the very least, we're equipping that straight away. What am I wearing just now? Gable Guard. Buy. Ah, that's just the map, isn't it? Should we sell as well? Store, buy. Craft armor. I think this will allow us to craft all of it. This is epic armor as well, so... L to the yes. Store, buy. Just buy up all the ingredients as well. Yeah, why not? Okay, so we're going to go back to the first area and we are going to run through it. Now, where's the starting zone for this place is the next question. I think it's the front hills. Maps Gaming, long time no see. Yeah, hello, hello, how you doing? Welcome in, welcome in. We are just having a chill time with some Black Myth Wukong. We're just gonna go do a bit of ingredient collection because we were really running low on a lot of our ingredients. Like I did not have as many of the consumables for the last boss fight, so I wouldn't mind stocking up a bit. How bad have you been? I've been good. I've been good. Work has been somewhat stressful, but I find myself with almost no free time to actually play video games outside of work because I get obsessed with doing like little my hobbies as well. So, and even then, I don't spend enough time with the hobbies either because I've got like a lot of Warhammer stuff to assemble as well. And I've been doing like a little code project in my spare time, little coding project in my spare time, and that's honestly whenever I seem to have spare time, I find myself doing that more than anything. Keeping very busy, yeah. See, this is the kind of stuff that I'm wanting. We also want to kill the flower enemies as well, because they drop a lot of any kind of plant enemies. Raccoon Bandana, hello, hello, hello. How are you doing? Welcome in. But yes, keeping busy. Like, one of the things with moving my Wednesday stream to Tuesday, it's actually kind of nice because it gives me another night to myself. I now have, like, I'm usually quite busy a lot of nights, so trying to plan stream days around that as well, while still also enabling myself to have some time to myself is key. So I give myself Monday nights now, and with moving stream days to Tuesday, which was also a swim day, because I can. You know, I have the mental fortitude to do both. Like, I did struggle with it at times. As long as I've got meal prep done before the day before, I can do the Tuesdays, which means I have Wednesdays to myself now as well, which is nice. Then Thursdays I have stuff on in the evening. Friday I have streams, or if I'm not streaming, I'm usually hanging out with people. after work. We're going to the pub and stuff. Saturday, I've often had stuff on Saturdays. Not this week though, so I get a nice Saturday. In fact, I get the whole weekend to myself this weekend. Just got one thing to do. Oh, thanks for asking. Good, good. I just realized you were last in the like I felt like I recognized the name, and according to the chat log, the last time you were here was like what? A year ago? Jeez, oh. You know, I'll sometimes recognize names even if I don't know exactly where they're from. So, yeah. How have the last 12 months been? if I may inquire. A while ago, yeah. Yeah, but it was more just like an observation because I recognized the name and I was like, what was the last chat message they sent? And I had a look and I was like, oh, it was then. Awesome. Very happy that you rediscovered the stream. I don't know, obviously, if you could have obviously been lurking as well in previous streams. But if it is a rediscovery, I very much appreciate that. We're just sort of doing a chill. I mean, the reason we're in back in the starting area here is I'm running through just trying to do like a quick harvest of everything. Again, because I'm running criminally short on crafting materials. Like, yeah, it means that I am technically farming a really cheap amount of XP, but honestly, the crafting materials are kind of important, so we do want that. God, my voice sounds really croaky tonight. I'm sort of hearing it, and I'm just like, there's a bit of a croak to it. That's not good. I'm busy, my bro got married, been to a few games of... Oh, nice, 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 nice. Congrats to your bro. Your brother and your new, well, I guess brother or sister-in-law as well. God, the environments are really pretty. Like, the fact that everything's so limited is kind of nice. Well, the fact that, you know, you're very limited where you can go means that they can put, you know, they can really focus on, like, specific environmental visuals without worry about how players will see them from certain angles. Like, limitation can produce some incredible results. It's why, like, if you think back to, like, the PS1 era, think, like, you know, the Resident Evil games, how fucking good their environments looked. Because it was all, even though it was 3D, it was all fixed camera. You know, you had fixed camera with just, like, the painted backgrounds. Awesome shit. Loved it. That's an SSD. Yeah, I mean, the XP is, like, whatever. We do... In fact, I actually got level... I probably have level ups to spend. Just the one. I'm never that fussed with the staff stances, to be honest. Although, getting another focus point wouldn't hurt. We were looking at... Smash stance, performing a light attack. Seeing through the enemy. Should we take this? Why not? Is there a little cut there? Yeah, look, you can see the lighting change as well. Like, look at this. Like, that'll have been just to do with how they set up various lighting triggers and everything. So, in order to maximize how good it looks. Because obviously, you don't need to care about the lighting looking good when you're out on the outside looking in. But as soon as you step inside, you want to do it. I attended a talk, actually, on the making of the Talos Principle 2. And one of the things they said they were doing was... they were doing a load of lighting stuff, and in order to try and keep it optimal, they had to... like, there was a combination of keeping it optimal, using the really nice shit that Lumen granted them. So Lumen's like the super nice lighting model in Unreal. I say the super nice. It's meant to be more. It's meant to mimic like more sort of realistic lighting. and they were talking about like the interiors had all these problems, like the bloom shift and everything from going from an interior to exterior was just fucking awful, and it made everything look like ass. So they had to set up like these custom trigger zones on all the door interiors. So when you hit the start of the trigger zone, it would start doing this like transition, and it would slowly start swapping, because the actual lighting model was kind of just this set thing. I'm using some very vague terms here because I can't remember exactly what it was, and I'm not a lighting artist or a tech artist, so... Or a rendering engineer, actually, you know, as a matter of fact. But yeah, it was just like a really cool thing to see. It's like, oh yeah, no, we did all these little things that we did built up and allowed us to produce some really nice looking lighting. For relative, you know, and it meant that we could have the best of both worlds whilst working within the limitations of the engine's lighting model. Because I think the lighting was very kind of much like an all or nothing thing, that whatever the stuff was, whatever the settings they were using was. Because it was like their global lighting settings, so it's like, okay, well, so we can't have global lighting, we can't have lighting settings for different scenarios. So what we have to do is we have to set up all these special triggers that we use to real-time adjust the global lighting based on these triggers. It was cool, very cool talk, very informative. As you can tell, I clearly remember the details well. I'm getting a lot of Jade Lotus, that's pretty good, I think. I've largely cleared out this bit. This was just an optional area, but there might be some plants here. Maybe. Not. Aesthetic of the lighting and the shadows. Oh yeah, like, they have done such a good job. Like, it's definitely one of the game's strongest points in its favor. Like, it looks gorgeous, but it's still running really smoothly. I don't know if this is running at 60 or 30. I don't really care. Like, whatever it's running at is, it feels generally playable. There's a few times where I've been like, oh, fuck off, but never that often. And, like, even when you see little visual issues happen, it's usually because, when I see, like, little visual issues happen, it's usually it's because there's some optimization that's meant they haven't been able to just have this shit on at all time. And if I have to suffer a very mild visual sort of pop or ping in order to ensure that I get a smoother performance overall, because it's not performing excessive lighting calculations on everything all the time, fucking sign me up. I feel like there are mushrooms around here. Well, there's something over here. Aged insane. More aged insane. That harvestable up there? That looks a bit like, yeah, it looks like foxtrot. Foxtrot, foxglove. Gentian. Oh, and there's some mushrooms. Nice. So yeah, we're doing hopefully a real fast fly through. It's not like there's any bosses we have to worry about. It's just, you know, enemies. In Zone 1, even Zone 2, I think they'll be probably fine. Sorry for the bad camera angle. I was trying to take a sip of juice whilst continuing sprinting. Didn't work out very well. Trying to use the palm of my hand to control the camera. Not a smart idea. So yeah, I mentioned that I've given myself a fairly free weekend. What are folks up to this weekend? What's everyone doing? Anyone got any exciting plans? My most exciting plan is I am doing one thing. I'm getting fitted for a kilt tomorrow because it's one of my best mates' weddings coming up in a month's time, basically. And even though I've like worn kilts before, I don't actually keep my measurements to hand. Plus, you know, for something like that, especially at rental, you might as well get remeasured for it. I love how I can just destroy these by running through them. That's very funny. I don't need to offer incense. I'm just here for the good stuff. The will and the mushrooms. Why is my phone buzzing? And sent what I assume is going to be sort of funny video or picture on Instagram. Pumpkin seeds as well. That there's like a rare drop chance from Gentian. Yeah, me and a couple of my workmates, we have just turned into those people who will scroll through the Instagram stories, find absolute fucking garbage tier, funny, quote-unquote funny content and send it to each other. And it's all the same. It's all the same stuff. I mean, it's all videos of cats being incredibly stupid, or videos of people hurting themselves, or videos promoting anti-work. You know, those are the three categories of content that we subscribe to, or that the Instagram algorithm knows to feed us at this point. And we eat well on a daily basis. Going back home for the weekend for a few weeks. Ah, nice. Nice little break. Okay, I did find that one. I was thinking, wait a second, did I actually discover this one? But I did. Oh! That was pretty rough. Pretty sure I already found this meditation spot. Oh yeah, because Big Haunts was here. Cat bits are the best. Yeah, I've got a lot of time for them. Because it's just like, you know, it's a timeless thing. Cats will always be there and always be doing stupid things. And with things like smartphones, it's just easier and easier to capture those stupid things on camera. Wow, did I miss this chest? I did. Incredible. What was in it? Yarn. I don't think we really need yarn. We're kind of crafting epic armor at this point, but you never know. Oh, there wasn't anything particularly special that way. Oh, this place is a bit of a maze, isn't it? Maybe less of a maze than I thought. Once you get to the snake trail, though, I swear it does pick up a bit more. Yeah, because the bridge takes us over. There's got to be some more lilies here. Oh, and more will. Hell yeah. when I think about my home project, my personal coding project, I did say that this year I might consider streaming game dev stuff, but I don't know. I still don't know if I'm there yet. I don't want to reveal my awful code to the world, because like in theory I'm meant to be a professional, and it's like, oh, what if I'm writing dog shit? I don't want to show that off when I'm meant to be a professional capacity. Like, I'd say the code I write in a professional environment is maybe a bit different. It's in a different environment, different purpose, different attitude in general. Plus, I go back and forth on my own code so much. Like, I'll constantly, like, you know, rewrite and, like, refactor little bits of it. And not for any real reason other than just, like, preference. My staff now changes color, which is cool. This is what we wanted, snakehead mushroom, because I think we do need these for something. I didn't think I really needed to do that. It was just nice to do that. It's just a bit of fun. So yeah, that's the one thing. Maybe if I was like making a game rather than like the framework for the frameworky thing that I'm currently still writing. I don't want to say engine. Engine implies it's a lot more than what it is, but effectively the sort of the more engine-y framework stuff. If I wasn't doing that, I'd maybe be a bit less concerned. But, you know, that is what I'm doing, so. That is harvestable. God damn, the lighting. More snakehead mushrooms, good. Alright, not exactly a big fight being put up here. Harvestable stuff. There's some mushrooms over there. Oh! Oh wow, there's a lot of them. Are we potioned? Yeah, we are dying of poison, but I think the poison does wear off in time, so. Oh look, we leveled up. Finally, the grinding has paid off. We have leveled up exactly once. Ah, perfect. This is good actually, because this guy's gonna drop quite a lot of stuff, I think. Oh, just 4 snakehead mushroom. That's a shame. I was hoping for a little bit more. I think it's safe to say we have a lot of snakehead mushroom in our possession now. Let's see. No, I think this is just going to loop us back around to here. Yeah, it does. Good. Okay, we can progress forward then. God, it's easy to forget how big the zone is, actually. Was there really just the one enemy that was going to pop out the ground and go boo when I tried to harvest him? That's no fun. Which way's forward? Not this way. So is there anything up here? Nope. Just the gong. So we've got that water arena boss fight as well. The white sage, I think, white robe sage. I'm hoping that there'll be some like lilies and stuff in his arena that we can harvest. No, this had like that special one-off thing that you could harvest that gave us like the upgrades. I wonder if now that we've moved to a new area we get more stuff here. Or if there's other triggers we need. There's stuff to buy. Awakening what? Turning it into wine will transform the drink into a fine brew. Used for drink upgrades. Used for gourd upgrades. Using this gourd model. Brief moment after using the gourd slip. Oh my gosh. Recovers considerable amount of health for nearby duplicates upon using the gourd. Drinks 5-year-old. Fill the wine, the greater the recovery. Oof. Upgrade drinks, upgrade gourds. Oh, I don't know if I want to upgrade that just yet, because if I get that epic one next, then... Oh, but wait, Is that a gourd or is that a drink? It's a gourd rather than a drink. That's very interesting. So I get the same drink, but I also get extra if I use it whilst there are duplicates around. That's kind of cool. I feel like I kind of want that, and then I can upgrade it. Potentially. Yeah, more snakeheads. I don't even know if I've gathered all of the right stuff or not. Like, I'm just gathering everything I can find, so I'm hoping most of it is correct. I'm hoping it's the kind of stuff that I might need. This is where there's no harvestable stuff here because I didn't want to distract from the boss fight. I feel like the boss arenas could benefit from being like taken over by like regular enemies once you've killed them. Because like this is like a prime spot to just have a bunch of frogs hanging out. But we need the stuff at some point. Yeah. Like, having choice is definitely worthwhile. And like, you know, as much as I don't like to just buy in by, hey, pretty colour, the new gourd that's on offer is an epic gourd, whilst this current one is only a rare gourd. So, you know, it's got to mean something. And at the moment, they have the same number of uses. If they share an upgrade path, then, oh boy, we're in for a good time. Because the fact that they're on the same uses is like, is that coincidental, or is that, are they different because like the thing is, the gourds seem so rare that it wouldn't surprise me if they did share the same upgrade path. Like, I mean, my current gourd, I don't even know if that would, maybe I had a better gourd. Maybe it is an upgraded gourd. Like, maybe I had a common one previously. The lighting's struggling a little bit here, I think. You can see as I'm sort of progressing through. The lighting's sort of popping in a bit more. Nothing major. Does make it a bit hard to see at times in the super dark areas. Purple Lingy, I think, is definitely one of the ones that we want. So yeah, how long have we spent running? So we spent, wow, 40 minutes running through this. Really? Has it really taken us that long just to run through this area? That seems crazy. Oh, to be fair, actually, we did do a bit of reading at the start as well and stuff, but still. Wait, just another chest I didn't open? Really? With a fucking curio in it as well. Jesus Christ, okay. Moderately increases defense. Oh my god. Honestly, fuck the stamina, man. My stamina's fine. I can manage my stamina enough that it's nice to have the extra, but I can't believe that. I can't believe I missed something so obvious. Well, it's doubly good that we chose to come back and go on a little ingredient farm, isn't it? Finding obvious shit that I missed. Sorry for the erratic camera movements. I keep sort of thinking, oh, I've seen something, and then move the camera, and then I'll move the character in the wrong direction. I have to move the camera again. It's just like, So I apologize for giving everyone headaches by moving the camera really quickly. Whoops. That was just me holding down L2 by accident. Nice. Jade Lotus. We're nearly out of here, aren't we? Yeah. Oh, we'll do the little loading. Do a little bit of hidden loading. Very rude. He should have just let me. He shouldn't have been attacking me. He shouldn't have been hitting. He should have been staggered, is what he should have been. Staggered and in pain. God damn, the ad break starts in 5 minutes. Well, we're just about to finish this area, so that'll be good. So we've got 5 minutes to run through this area and find all the... any more harvestables. Ooh, Millennium Ginseng. Rare ingredients. See, the game clearly encourages you doing farming runs. It's probably worth looking up what the best farming run is in the game. I swear there were more enemies here the first time I did the section. But that doesn't matter. Yeah, nice. Let's go. Oh, come on, sprint up there, mate. It's not that high up. Cheeky little bit of magic there, just to mix things up. This is where we fought the big bear boss. Oh no, everything's still on fire. Can't imagine this could be anything harvestable in a boss arena again. Right, well I think that's been pretty good. Actually, you know what, let's just quickly see what medicines we can craft, because I only care about certain ones, and I feel like I was able to craft them in this zone, so hopefully all the stuff from this zone is all I needed to craft the medicines I care about. Let's find out. Make medicines. So what do we care about? Tiger Subduing is a big one. We can make a lot of that. Yep. They're basically the same thing. Snakehead Mushroom is the big... don't care about that. Evil Repelling. Licorice is the one thing that we're kind of missing a bit of. I don't know where we find licorice. We might as well make that. And we'll make 10 of that and 10 of that for now. I guess we probably find licorice in zone 2, to be honest. Yeah, as I said, I don't want to spend more than more than an hour in that, so we'll head to the Frost Path and then do some of Chapter 3 for the next hour and a half after the break. Ugh. Oof, good knuckle cracks. Alright, gang. I'll be back in 3 minutes or so. See you soon. I am back. Apparently licorice is found in a different region. Or it's found in area 2. But I'm not too fussed, to be honest, so. Honestly. Oh, hey Capybot, how you doing? Welcome in. You're not late. You're never late, you know. Like, good while sprinting is kind of cool. Like, we lose 10 defense, which is 5% of our, yeah, which is 5% of our defense, but we'll see how we get on. I mean, I've not really needed the sprinting goes, so. Oh. I like this. It's cool that they take the mask off in cutscenes. I feel like you might look a little silly with the mask. Ugh. Ugh. Oh, he's a monkey. Snow monkey. He got a hit off before he died. Unbelievable. When I get up in the morning, I'm not gonna lie. Mood. Frozen corpse. The temple rule state. New monks entering the temple may receive a new kasaya. One day, Master Non-Void joyfully welcomed a new disciple and personally led him to the storeroom to fetch a kasaya. The young disciple found the kasaya was made of a single layer of cloth, hardly adequate for the snowy mountain. He asked, "Master, this thin kasaya seems suitable for summer. Could I exchange it for a woolen one?" Non-Void shook his own kasaya and said, "This one I wear is the same as the one in your hands, one only more ornate. With the Buddha's wisdom in your heart, you shall fear cold no more." The young disciple, still doubtful, asked, "Master, I saw many seniors frozen to death by the roadside." Non-Void kindly replied, "Their understanding was shallow, and mine's unsteady. Yet you are different. I can see that you have the potential to comprehend the Buddha's wisdom." The young disciple, feeling proud, happily followed his master back with the kasaya. Not long after, another frozen corpse appeared outside the temple gate. As Non-Void led his new disciple past it, the young disciple asked, "Master, did these seniors all freeze to death?" Non-Void continued walking slowly, said, "Fear not, my disciple. They lacked piety and wisdom. But you are different." Jesus. Why? It's all so grim, isn't it? Like, every time we read one of these things, it's like, oh, that's just fucking awful. I did, Capybot. Thank you for noticing. Yeah, Lucky Sevens was just... It was kind of a throwback to when I was trying to think of something to do back when I started streaming as a VTuber, and I was like, I'll go for the 7 branding. But as I'm very much like a Soul... As like the majority of my content is Souls content with a lot of... You know, there is some speedrunning thrown in there. I decided to move it to Souls. That may end up being a mistake, I don't know, and I may change it back. But for now, it's Souls. Because like it's hard to create like branding around me the VTuber, because there's not like, you know, what's the best way of saying it? It's not like, you know, like a sort of a USP, I guess. It's just I like this design and I've got a 7. I've got the number 7, and creating an entire brand around the number 7, it just doesn't really work as much for me. Oh. Brutal. Honestly, this extra focus point might... Oh, is it a boss? Macaque Chief. Aw, he has not got the fire resistance, boys. Did he just shit on us? Well, that was easy. I have a feeling this isn't over. Boss, new cat. I think it's one macaque. It was just there. Chief. Boss beat. Done. Also, I did a proper scrum tomorrow the more I play the game. Oh, I'm glad. Yeah, that's how I was. You know, sometimes you just find a speed game that works. And again, I think it's a really nice speed game to enter into. Like, I was looking for something that was a bit more chill than a 2-hour-long JRPG. And something that didn't have, like, really complex tech to learn. Wasn't super burdened with RNG. And it fit the bill quite well. You know, there's a little bit of RNG here and there with the boss fights. There's a little bit of tech to learn. There's still a better speed game. Oh, I'm sure. Oh, Jesus. Sorry. Actual fucking little Dark Souls surprises and stuff. Oh no! What happened there? That's not meant to happen. I was trying to drink. But I got stopped and killed. I do love my LEGO games, and TFA is just really good, makes some very hard glitches, surprising fun, 1 P2C. Pacing, it was also a bit unlucky. Oh, yeah, I mean, the Ninjago pacing was all over the place. That game kept changing, which was a problem. And we were trying to do that semi-open world. Like, there was some, like, I love Ninjago, but I will admit that it has its problems. And I love it more from a point of view of how I feel looking back at working on it. I'm pretty sure at the time working on it, I was fucking raging most of the time because of decisions being made and issues with trying to get stuff to work, but yeah, I felt like the opportunity afforded by Ninjago was huge. And it's a game that really brought, you know, helped me with my confidence as a game dev, because I got assigned something pretty significant that I took ownership of for the whole project. So, yeah, Ninjago has a special place in my heart for that reason. I think in terms of actual quality, I think The Force Awakens is probably the best of the 6 LEGO games I worked on. In terms of, like, actual player-facing quality, experience quality. Like, Jurassic World, I think, is decent, but it's a bit lacking in, like, just, you know, it's I feel like it's difficult to make a Jurassic World game. It's actually more difficult than it looks. And, like, a lot of the characters aren't that interesting to play as. Anecdote. Because you do boring levels at the very start. Prologue sucks after you play it because that's the time. Chapter 1 is an auto scroll and you get a 3-minute 30-second cutscene from schedule. Yeah. Again, that's part of the problems when you're trying to really tie into a movie. Like, the fact that we were directly trying to tie into movie, actual literal cutscenes from the movie makes it awkward. So, I personally really like the prologue because that was, as doing the combat stuff, writing all the combat code, or rewriting or modifying or doing all the combat stuff that I did do, I spent a lot of time in the Master Chicken Dojo, and I was a big fan of it as a result. But I can understand why doing it over and over again sucks from a tutorial point of view. Oh yeah, we can take his soul as well. DFA is just solid. I don't have any complaints about it. I also love The Incredibles so much about that. Yeah, maybe I need to play The Incredibles and give it a chance. Give it another chance. I just had my issues with it. We need to read that thing, don't we? Yaksha Patroller. The Yakshas who migrated from the west had great fondness for meat. Fortunately, New Thunderclap Temple did not uphold a strict rule against eating meat, which delighted the Yakshas who sought refuge there. All the Yakshas in the mountain aspired to become patrollers, not only because of the uniquely designed large sword that looked particularly imposing and could fly back to its owner with great precision, but also because patrols guarded the outer mountains and always had access to fresh meat. Man, entire motivation guided by meat. Kinda respect it. One day, the Yakshas gathered together, drinking blood, eating meat, and reveling in their merriment. Their raucous behavior soon became known throughout the temple. The overseeing monks who adhered to ascetic practices and only ate food not of flesh were displeased. They carried a large pot to the Yakshas. When the Yakshas peered into the pot, they saw only radishes and greens, and their appetite waned. One Yaksha derided them. "Do you think eating this will help gain our understanding of Dharma? How shallow." Another added, "Our master said that to achieve ultimate bliss, one should not restrain one's desires." Hearing this, the supervising monk replied, "My desire is to promote virtue. If I cannot persuade I too shall be unable to achieve ultimate bliss." Thus, both sides argued heatedly without reaching a conclusion. Alas, eating what one likes and saying what one wants are not inherently wrong. However, one's happiness should not disturb others, and one should never derive pleasure from judging those perceived to have transgressed. In this case, both sides were at fault. It's a surprisingly neutral and, you know, thought-out thing. Chill state mod increase critical hit chat. Oh, okay. It's kind of cool. Risk-reward style thing. Really good speed run, both any percent and... Yeah, I mean, if it's a good game to play casually and a good speed run, that's, you know, it's pretty cool. Alright, well, I'm not going through here anytime soon. Ooh. Little treasure chest. Yeah, my issue, as I said, my issue with LEGO Incredibles is very much just driven by how fucked the development I felt was for that. Like, Force Awakens and Ninjago, we were under huge time pressures, but, you know, the people who were leading those projects generally knew what they were doing. Ninjago's biggest problem, Ninjago's two biggest problems were the movie script kept changing. And publishing forced us to make big changes to the game partway through. Should probably keep pressing that button instead. So, can I buff these up a bit more? The smash stance. After a successful hit with a resolute strike, performing another heavy attack consumes a focus point. Execute Skyfall Strike. For momentum, launching himself into the air with the staff. So I'm willing to give that a go. Massive focus on seeing through and hitting an enemy with a resolute strike. Fuck it, let's try it. Let's go all into smash. Originally bought Incredible Speedrun it. I kind of like think about my Flea and Hobbit. I ended up 100% because I love it so much. Well, that's cool. No, I'm really glad. I'm glad that people like that game. As that, I was really concerned that it had too many problems. And whilst I'm not delusional and would never think that, like, Ninjago is going to be more generally well received, because, like, you know, there are certain realities to the, you know, just the nature of the IPs. Yeah, I don't know. As I think Jurassic World, Lego Jurassic World is a pretty solid game. It's just not that. It's just not got a lot of really interesting stuff on display. Like, there's some cool stuff. Like, obviously, the dinosaur stuff is cool, but I don't think there's a lot of depth to it, personally. I think that was one of its limitations. Some of the dinosaur stuff, like a lot of the dinosaur fights, for example, like the scripted fights, just basically boil down to just being quick time events. Which is a bit of a shame. So. Cool idea, but I think like the reality of what that game actually entailed kind of became the issue. Looks worse. Did I? Oh yeah, I think Ninjago we were really pushing for a certain visual style. We were really pushing to tweak that visual style just a little bit. And I think we did achieve that. Incredibles is a lot more, I guess, what you'd call generic Lego game. In my view, there is some stuff about it, but Lego X2 and Ninjago was a little darker. Yeah, like you should have seen. We did a tech demo, an internal tech demo of the first level of Ninjago, the Master's Dojo in Unreal at one point, just to see what it would look like. We were doing sort of tech investigations into engines like Unreal, just out of just like general due diligence of tech investigations more than anything else. Because, you know, we were obviously developing our own one, but I think we were looking into other ones to sort of get ideas for Entity at the time. And yeah, I've got to say the dojo with Unreal and all its fucking physical model lighting, we were basically able to make. If we had made Ninjago in Unreal Engine, it may have ended up looking quite similar to how the final film did, which was what we were trying to And we're going for a Ninjago White Hat Great Plus. Yeah, no, that's totally fine. Obviously personal preference and everything. But that demo kind of, I think, gave us a revitalization of like, oh, this is, you know, this would be the dream. Obviously, we can't achieve that in New 2. New 2 is never going to look like this. Not in a million years, but it was kind of like this is where we are. This is what the perfect visual style would look like. What can we do to get closer to this? I always worry when I see big empty spaces but no normal enemies. This is just a very... This map is going to have us going just south the entire time. Oh no, I don't like where this is going. Oh, I don't like that. Why does he look like that? Why has that bird got a ball sack for a face? And why is the ball sack talking? Very cool little visual opportunities here. Very nice set pieces. I'm still not a big fan. I'm not a huge fan of the fact that our character, during all these cutscenes, just kind of stands there and looks nonchalant the whole time. Like, he doesn't really engage with what's around him, which is a bit of a shame. And I think in like a Souls game, that can work if you're just a nameless avatar, but you're not. You are a specific individual. Like Sekiro talks. He has dialogue, he has like emotions, he has thoughts on stuff. But we kind of just fucking just stare at things. I don't like the ball bird. Suppose the free play run today of it's TH because it's free play Friday, but I forgot. Oh man, free play Friday. It's a cool concept. Yeah, I think another reason I think Force Awakens works is because we were able to get all the original voice actors for it. Like, I cannot overstate how fucking good that is, having that as an opportunity. Yeah, Harrison Ford cost more than most of the rest of the cast put together. Basically just to say Wookiee cookies, but, you know. I think for a lot of folks that was worth it. And there was a lot that we were able to do, and as well, we were able to expand quite heavily beyond the film. Like, we had all those bonus episodes. The fact we were able to do that is really cool. Like, Jurassic Park is just the film. I mean, there's some free play stuff, but, you know, the levels are all just the film. There's also Story Sunday. Nice. I guess Story Saturday, having the back-to-back would be a pain. Yeah, like, the other games, I didn't really get that. It was all just the story, but Star Wars, we were able to have the DLC. And some of the DLC I thought was great, or not even the DLC, some of the bonus levels I thought were really, really good. Like, again, because we got to have a bit of fun with them. Like, Lorsan Tekka's return, I quite liked that. Lorsan Tekka and what's-his-face with a jetpack were quite an interesting combo together. Mini Kit Monday, oh, for God's sakes. This is like, you know, I can't remember what day it was, but like the game dev community for a while tried to decide that like Wednesday, or no, I think it was game dev Thursday, and then you got screenshot Saturday. Or Santeca's Return is a good level. Yeah, I remember enjoying that level a lot. And, like, there is a risk. Like, we were worried that we were having to stretch the game a little bit by basing it just on one film. But I think that kind of worked out in our favor, because it meant we were able to do, you know, spend more time in the worlds, do more with the levels from all the locations. We were then able to argue for the bonus stuff. So I think, like, all that stuff worked out. Like, Jurassic Park, you kind of had the problem where, due to the time limitations, Lego Jurassic World, they had to fit an entire Jurassic Park film into 3 levels, basically. And yeah, the levels have, like, sub-levels, but they still had to be vaguely related. And that's a problem that you see with a lot of the multi-film games. Like, Incredibles, it was okay. Incredibles had its own other problems because of, like, the fact that Incredibles 1 is just about Mr. Incredible, basically, for half the film, and Incredibles 2 is basically just about Elastigirl for 2/3 of the film. But Force Awakens had that nice opportunity that World Record Wednesday, for fuck's sake, had that nice opportunity, because, you know, you could have multiple Jakku levels that made sense within the context of the game. And that's awesome. What were the levels? Lego Force Awakens, actually. Lego Force Awakens levels. Let's remind myself. Yeah, you got the Battle of Endor. That was cute. That was funny. Assault, and that introduced all the mechanics. You got Assault on Jakku. So you got the Jakku with, you got the Poe one. Escape from the Finalizer, which was its own level. Very cool as well. Nima Outpost. The Irvana. Maz's Castle. Maz's Castle and Battle of Takodana. If that had been part of a multi-part game, that would have been one level combined. The Resistance probably wouldn't have even been its own level. Starkiller Sabotage and Destroy Starkiller Base would have been one level. The fact that we've got 2 levels called the Finale. Wait, do we really have 2? No, we don't. This is just this IGN guy being shit. And then, yeah, Poe to the Rescue, Lor Santeca's Return, Rathtar Hunting, Crimson Corsair, Trouble Over Tall, Ottogan Assault. I quite liked Ottogan Assault. I worked on a few of these, to be fair. I worked on, like, I kind of got assigned to sort of do any kind of helping stuff I could do with the side levels. Least favorite 80%. One of my favorite free play and least favorite 80%. I didn't vibe that much with the Resistance level. But again, I mean, that is definitely an example, I think, of us maybe having to stretch a little bit. Because, you know, there's not really any action in that level, is there? It's just you go around fixing up the hangar, what I remember. But we got to make the Starkiller base 2 whole levels. So that's awesome. You know, the Battle of, you know, Takodana got to be like a puzzle level, as it were, and a combat level. There was a lot of cool stuff there. For sure. And again, yeah, there was just everybody on the team as well. There was, like, you know, Ninjago, I think a lot of people were just kind of like a bit, oh, I don't care about this IP, I don't care about this game. Incredibles, I was like that. But I'd say with Force Awakens, because it's Star Wars, it wasn't just Star Wars, it was the return of Star Wars. Because, like, you know, you might be too young to remember. Well, I say too young to remember, too young to sort of have really felt that thing. So let me see, when did Revenge of the Sith, when did that launch? Revenge of the Sith was, I want to say, 2005, and Force Awakens was 2015, so 10 years. 10 years since the last Star Wars film. And obviously, most of us were, you know, had been, you know, I've been a teenager. I was a teenager when I saw Revenge of the Sith in cinemas. I was 13 when I saw Revenge of the Sith in cinemas, and at 23, I saw, yet not only was another Star Wars film coming out, I was getting to work on what, you know, even though it's not technically considered a canon game, I was getting to work on the first Star Wars game to tie into the first Star Wars film in 10 years. That was like huge, and a lot of people at the company felt like that. That was the same for a lot of us, you know. We had we did have a lot of fairly young people on the team, a lot of juniors. It wasn't, you know, it's not all, you know, I'm one of the fucking crusty old farts at this point now, but, you know, sat here at age 33, my first game, you know, getting ready to celebrate my 10-year games industry anniversary this year. But yeah, it was like that game really meant a lot to everyone, which is why everyone was willing to put themselves through so much dog shit, so much bad working conditions in order to get that game out, because everyone was just, and it's terrible like that. It's so easy to exploit that stuff, but nobody wanted to make nobody like was like so fed up with it. Everybody was real. I'm not saying that people like don't want to make a good game or can't be arsed, but what I mean is everybody was really giving it all their mental and psychological energy into that game. And the reason I know I'd put so much into it is when the crunch was over, I was fucked. For weeks, I was absolutely fucked after the crunch on that game was finished. Because we crunched for a couple of months at least, and the lead up to launch was awful. Like 20 days on the trot, I was in the office without time off. Not doing like 10-hour days every day or anything. Like the weekend days tended to only be like 4 or 5 hours, but that was, I'd come in, do like 10 hours a day, 3 or 4 weekdays, and then do 4 or 5 hours on Saturday and Sunday as well. And I did that 20 days on the trot, and then on the night before launch, the night before we had to ship, the night before submission, sorry, I was in the office till like midnight. I think 11:30. I think my lead sent me home at 11:30 because he was like, there's literally nothing more for you to do at this stage. Just go home and don't come in tomorrow. My lead actually had to, because he stuck around, he ended up having to just stay in the office and nap at his desk until 6 a.m. so we could catch the first bus. Like, I think basically him and production were working until about 2 in the morning. And then he just basically I think, went and had a nap in the break room or something for 4 hours, and then went and caught the first train home. People say it's the worst Star Wars game. I honestly love it. Not saying that just because you worked on it. No, I think Skywalker Saga is, on a technical level, there's a lot of stuff Skywalker Saga that does really well, and I understand the nostalgia. Like, I wouldn't even be mad necessarily if anyone said that it is the worst of the LEGO Star Wars games. I kind of get it. Maybe not the original trilogy. Maybe not the first LEGO Star Wars game. I think that one has aged itself a little bit. I think the LEGO Star Wars 2, the original trilogy, that was like one of my favorite PS2 games. So I do kind of get that. Final Fire 1080, yo, what's up, bro? Not much, man. Just playing some Black Myth Wukong and talking about LEGO games that I worked on. How you doing? That is one hell of an animated emote. Nasty. Pretty nasty. See, I wouldn't blame anyone who says it isn't their favorite, but I think it is very good. Oh no, it's the fucking baby again. Yeah, I like, TSS takes so much stuff from TFA. Yeah, we really put our all into that. Like, everybody, like, you know, it's an office full of geeks, you know. Sorry, I'll let this cutscene play out and then I'll go back to gushing about Star Wars. Oh, shit. That's cool. Ooh, the text does some Kanjin Woon. That emote's cute as well. Final Fire. Clearly a fan of whoever bro is. I'm assuming it's brother someone. Let's see, can I see who that channel's from? Oh, Brotero TV. Oh no. Yeah, so, as I was saying, like, you know, it's an office full... Game dev, you know, you're in an office full of geeks. And everyone will have different stuff that they like. Like, you know, a lot of people like Jurassic Park, a lot of people like dinosaurs, you know, geeks. But when you're in like a geeky environment, the majority of people like Star Wars. Oh, excuse me? Boss. Got ourselves a death. You're excused. Oh, look, he's waiting for us now over there. Ugh. This might be the rest. Is this going to be the rest of the street? Wait, is this chapter? Nah, this chapter isn't just going to be this. This can't be the entire chapter. Surely not. Yeah, so like everybody really wanted to just put their absolute all into Force Awakens because Star Wars is so important to so many of us. And you know, as well, if you think about it, you know, the Lego Star Wars games were some of TT's most successful ones. And also there was an element as well that like TT Fusion. Oh no! Oh no! 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 TT Fusion often kind of had a reputation for being lumped with like the not main projects. Jesus, you got me again with that. So the fact that we got the Star Wars IP was kind of huge as well. The fact that we got given Star Wars because they were making Avengers and Dimensions, and then Star Wars was better than both of those games. Not just like in my opinion, not just in my opinion. I'm pretty sure we reviewed better than both of them as well. Or maybe it was... Yeah, the ship sections and Skywalker are the same as TFA. The planet system is the same. BB-8 panels are the same. The fact that the BB-8 panels is the same as is the thing, because like I did the BB-8 panel mini games in TFA. They used to be so much better. We had to make them. We had to idiot-proof them more. Okay. I swear I dodged that, but oh well. And now I've been shocked, and I don't know what shock does. I assume it causes me to take more damage. Oh nice, now I get a crack at his tail. That's awesome. So it is just about waiting for opportunities. Uh-oh. Whoops. Oh, they're trying. The clones are trying their best. Oh no, oh no. Are the clones dead already? They're dead already. Oh, that was pish. I feel like locking on is a bad idea here. But I actually can't hit anything if I don't lock on. Nice. Yeah, fucking stay down, mate. Sorry, I know I'm ignoring chat right now. I'm focusing on this. So the fact that they did keep it, I am pretty happy. Well, so here's the thing: they kept it, but someone will have had to. Will still. I don't think they'll have kept the code. It will have been re-implemented, even if it feels the same. It will have been re-implemented. So to be honest, that's more of a thing about design than anything. Like because it was a completely separate engine. I don't think the code would have translated that well. So it was probably re-implemented from scratch, which is one of the reasons why the game took so long, because basically everything had to get re-implemented from scratch, I think. Ah, oh, balls. That was going alright, locked in, yeah. Hopefully. Yeah. And at the end of the day, the code was my contribution to that. Why did you not lock in at the end there? Because I was out of health, that's why. I do have the tiger subduing pallets. He doesn't seem that bad. He takes a lot of damage. Fucking among us. It's working. Absolutely rude. Well, that's good. Good start. Good start, lads. I feel like as soon as I got grabbed by him, it was all ogre at that point. Do I have any lightning resistant stuff? It's so funny that it takes you to a zone, it's like, oh, it's all chill resistant, and now it's like, haha, I guess again, bitch. You need the lightning resistance. Defense, burn, poison, maximum stamina. No. I think there's an item, though, that I can use for lightning resistance, so let's see. First of all, store, see if I can buy any. Chilled. Oh, look, shock. Grand. And then can I make more? Craft. Brew. Wait, is there? Poison. Critical hit. Store. Medicines. Chilled. Poisoned. Shocked. I can make quite a lot, actually. Let's do that. Oops, wrong one. So I need to go. Longevity, and I want to replace that with Shock powder. Open the pipe then. Start squirming all around the boss, and you'll win. See what I did there? It's a reference to the game. Yeah, yeah, it's just a bloody good reference. That was the wrong ability. Let's just... The fact that it reaches from all the way over here is kind of cool, but also, like, what the fuck? Listen, it's just a little mistake. I don't know what shock state does, but it seems pretty grim. Does that actually cure shock state, or does it just reduce it? Okay, yeah. That's kind of huge as well, that I can use it if I actually do get shocked as well to just remove it, because the shocked, I think, is increasing the damage I'm taking. Ooh, nice. Oh, have I fucked it? Oh, I think I have fucked it. I might just say these are when I get shocked rather than build up, because they don't last very long. Oh, he's fireproof. Interesting. I assume fire would either be his absolute weakness or... Yeah. Shoot. Shot. Sorry, I need to rub my eye. Ah! Staring, unblinking at the screen there. I mean, more about Pocket Scrim. It's not all expensive, so I'll probably buy it. It's just like, I mean, there's not really much to tell. Do the big attack. Holy fuck, that did so much damage! Three focus charge attack is huge. Heal, heal, heal. Oh wow, it just killed my double in one go. Come on. I can weather this storm, I can weather this storm. Boom! Get fucked! That might be a good place to actually end it. You know, we've got an ad break coming up, so what... Yeah, basically, I mean, I'll show you it. Tell you what, I can show you it. Take good care of your eyes, bro. Thank you. That was a really cool boss, actually. A bit easy, but maybe I'm overpowered. Thank you to the GGs. Where are we now? We're in jail. Ape jail. Although we're not actually an ape, are we? Chapter 3 is out. Surf, bloody hell. Check out a video of it tomorrow. The Goda realm. Okay. We're in the real chapter 3 now. Monkey stench. Snakehead mushroom, we love it. I'm just kidding. Would you look at that? Little secret zone. It seemed way too easy, but... Uh-oh. Oh, okay. Nice. I was hoping to just get to like the next checkpoint first, but before we start the ad break. They just not die or something? Oh wait, no, he's just still. I just didn't kill him yet. thought I had killed him. Oops. Ow, ow, bastard. Okay, please get to the shrine. 35 seconds and then the ad break starts. They put you in jail, yeah. We're going to sleep now, probably. See you later, alligator. Alright, cool. Cheers, Cappy. Just off and bye. Catch you later. Okay, folks. Ad's about to start now. Ad break's about to start now anyway, so I'm going to be right back as well, and then we'll be back for another 30 minutes or so of the game. See you soon. We're back. The game... I came back to find the game had kicked me out of this menu and put me in with these fuckers again. So that was fun. Oh, he delayed that stomp. Oh, fuck off! That's such bull, man. Holy crap. Alright, well, let's get out of here. I should probably do something with my sparks. Let's do something with my sparks. What can I do with this smash stance? I should probably remember to try and do Skyfall Strike as well. Might decay while transformed, might recovery speed. I completely forgot about all the transformation stuff. Foundation is also solid too. Attack finish deals extra. God, there's so many abilities. It's honestly crazy. Oh yeah, we need to go through the journal as well, because we've got a new Lesser Yagwai. 2 new Lesser Yaksha Archer. In the past, the Yaksha king was betrayed by the celestial beings, leading to the massacre of the royal family and the downfall of the Yaksha kingdom. After the king's collapse, the Yakshas were forced into exile. The ceremonial archers who once guarded the royal entourage clung to their former glory and refused to shed their ornate armor. Despite their exceptional archery skills, their slow shooting speed and lack of close combat prowess made their exile particularly harsh. Due to their inadequate strength, they resorted to ambushes from the shadows. The abbot assigned them the pagoda realm for rigorous training, and they endured daily torment here, especially when the Mani wheel played its beguiling charms, driving everyone mad. During these times, the blade monks would seize the opportunity to behead the archers with their large blades, leaving the Yaksha archers desperate for a way to fight back. They sought guidance from various sources and frequently challenged the blade monks, only to be defeated repeatedly. One day, oh god, I inhaled that Pepsi rather than drinking it. One day some blind monks came over to see the pagoda realm. They blinded themselves to pursue the path to ultimate bliss, yet their martial arts were incredibly refined. The Yaksha archers asked for their advice, and the monks replied, "Aim too carefully and you will lose the initiative. Learn from me. Gouge out your eyes and you will shoot from your heart, never missing your mark." I'm out. See you next time. Cheers, maps. Cheers for stopping by. With the only other option available to them being annihilation, the archers adopted this drastic measure, gouging out their eyes. After this, the blade monks rarely targeted them. When asked why, a blade monk replied, "Who would want to go up against a madman? It's safer to just find another opponent." Lantern Warder. The ancient temple on the mountain peak, weathered by the passage of time, had gradually fallen into disrepair. When the abbot returned after many years and saw the temple in such a state of ruin, he was filled with sorrow. Determined to restore the temple to its former glory, he spent a large amount of gold and silver to fund its reconstruction, hoping to showcase his path to ultimate bliss. The abbot selected a towering forest in the mountains, intending to use the ancient trees there as beams for the new temple. The craftsmen responsible for the timber set up their shelters at the edge of the forest and began felling trees according to the abbot's instructions. Everything proceeded smoothly, and within half a year all the necessary timber was prepared. The craftsmen received their wages and packed up, ready to ascend the mountain the next day. That night, the craftsman on night watch was patrolling the area, carrying a lantern. Suddenly, a rustling sound from the forest set his nerves on edge. Terrified, he woke everyone up. With their lanterns lit and axes in hands, all the craftsmen headed for the forest to locate the source of the sound. As they ventured deeper into the forest, someone let out a scream and was abruptly dragged into the darkness along with his lantern by an unknown force. Then, one by one, despite their attempts to hide and flee, all craftsmen were dragged away. Only one clever craftsman quickly extinguished his lantern. Trembling with fear, he groped his way through the forest. Fortunately, a faint light appeared in the distance. The sun was about to rise. Jeez, it's a lot of stuff for just a common Yaguai. Common enemy. With this faint light, he found his way back and hurried towards the shelters. As he reached the edge of the forest, the sunlight suddenly became blindingly bright, filling his eyes with a white glare. Enduring the pain, he looked closer and realized the light was not from the rising sun, but from his companions' lanterns. These lanterns were held up by the vines that had replaced his companions' heads, propping up their corpses. A chubby boy with a pale face dressed in a yellow robe rode a tall four-legged beast whose head emitted strange sounds. Just as the craftsman was about to plead for mercy, he felt a chill on his back. Then he felt himself being lifted higher and higher until he was level with the lanterns. The chubby child patted the beast's head. The sound ceased, the lanterns went out, and the night returned to its eerie stillness. The chubby boy laughed and said, "Good materials should be used to their fullest." Fucking horrible. Kangjin Lun. There's not much to say on it. Kangjin Lun, one of the 28 constellations, is the second constellation of the Azure Lung of the East. With a sharp horn on her forehead, she once drilled through the golden symbols to rescue the great sage. Since then, the constellation officers have upheld the principle of staying sharp, leading many immortals to believe some strange influence had invaded their consciousness. One day during the roll call for the Dome of Stars, the Dawn Star was missing. Despite the thorough inquiries, no one knew his whereabouts. Coincidentally, Yellowbrow returned to the New West to host a grand ceremony, inviting various Yaoguai's gods, immortals, and Buddhas to attend. Hearing the news, Kangjin Lung sought permission from the Celestial Court and attended the ceremony, intending to secretly investigate the Dawn Star's disappearance. However, like the Dawn Star, Kangjin Lun also vanished without a trace. The constellation officers suspected and compared notes, realizing that both the Dawn Star and Kangjin Lun had once done the Great Sage big favors. They suspected a connection with the Great Sage. Reflecting on their past interactions with the Great Sage, they grew fearful. Qimu Wolf scoffed. "Though that monkey ruined my plans, I still respect him. But you all, who always boasted about your friendship with that monkey, why are you silent now?" Oh yeah, meditation stops. Oh, we were missing one on Yellowwind Ridge. Interesting. Very interesting. As well, we've got another one to read now. Starved Abomination. In the past, at the foot of the New West, there was a village called Changguang. In the village lived a young man who had pledged his life to a childhood sweetheart, giving her a white jade pendant as a token of their love, and vowing to propose once he had become successful. The young man was a peddler, making a living by trading grain in the surrounding areas. One day, a luxurious ferry sailed down the river near the village, more splendid than anything the villagers had ever seen. At the bow stood a plump monk in yellow robe, radiating golden light. The villagers believed he must have been enlightened. After the arrival of the ferry, the temple in the mountains grew larger and larger, and the young man's grain trade flourished. One day, the young man went to trade grain and did not return for over a month. The girl, worried, inquired about the temple's location and went there to find him. When the young man finally returned to the village, they missed each other, and the girl disappeared. The young man gathered some brave villagers to search for her in the mountains. They found no trace of her, but came across a towering pagoda by the riverbank. The young man led them there to rest. As they approached the pagoda, the door suddenly opened. Curious, someone peeked inside and screamed. Behind the door was a dungeon extending deep underground, seemingly holding many people. The villagers, filled with righteous anger, stormed into the pagoda. After a few steps, they heard a loud bang. The door vanished. Strange-looking Yaoguais with scythes and huge bellies emerged from the prison, laughing wickedly. One of them threw a bag of silvers to the young man and then eagerly leapt forward, swinging his scythe and cutting the nearest villagers into pieces. Realizing they had been deceived by the young man, the villagers fled deeper into the prison. The young man watched them and murmured, "Having lost my love, I cannot afford to lose my wealth." Very pleasant story, that one. That's cool. I cannot reach him. So is that another... Oh, it is another one. My god. Is it the patroller? No, it's the... Oh, that was the Blade Monk. The Yakshas who sought refuge in the New West were mostly unwilling to sever their old grudges and thus served as lay disciples in the temple. Some Yakshas, however, aspired to attain enlightenment and shaved their hair to become inner disciples. They had promised their master to sever 1,000 heads to prove their resolve. Yellowbrow was pleased and bestowed upon them special blades, calling them Blade Monks, and allowed them to practice in the pagoda realm. If they truly managed to behead 1,000 foes, they could become Arhats in the main hall. Initially, the Blade Monks thought this task would be easy, as the pagoda realm was filled with newcomers on the path of enlightenment. However, the path grew more challenging as they found the remaining inhabitants of the pagoda realm to be formidable adversaries. The agile and elusive starved abominations who they couldn't catch, the long-limbed lantern wardens who they dared not provoke, the temperamental enslaved yakshas whose cruel vengeance they feared, and even the weakest yaksha archers who had become mad and terrifying after practicing the closed-eye meditation technique. Seeing that the redhead yakshas often sat quietly alone, appearing very docile, they decided to target them. Although the redhead yakshas believed all beings deserved to live, they harbored a deep hatred for those who beheaded others due to the war that destroyed their nation and their own fate. Thus they showed no mercy and promptly beheaded the Blade Monks who attempted to do so. After this lesson, the Blade Monks became subdued but remained resentful. They often hid in corners, ambushing passers-by to add to their count of beheading through their treacherous means. God, what a lovely place, you know. It's all just fucking beheadings and betrayals and... and all that good stuff, you know? God's sake, not this again. Stay down. Oh, there's another one. Of course there is. We're leveling up fast in here, though. Holy shit. Bye-bye. It's so weird not having a backstab option in this game. Which is like real proof that it's not a Souls game. You can't even backstab. Curio. Oh, Curio. Nice and nice. Alright, what curio do we have now? What did we get? We got that. Stamina recovery rate? Honestly? Oof. That's pretty rough, actually. Yeah, that halves our current crit chance. As much as I love stamina recovery, I can live without it. You know, it's a difficult one, but we're doing okay, I think. Find irons. Now, there was nothing else on this way. I think I have to go up those stairs, but we'll just have a quick look over here. Nope, I think that's it a little bit. Up the stairs we go. The strikes aren't particularly strong, are they? Self-advance. We want that. We want that crit. Crit is awesome. I forgot about that little death flail that they do. This nonsense again. Cold iron leaves, well, that's good. That was a crafting material that we bought some of, but we only had a limited amount of it. Finding all these little will deposits is also good because it's helping us keep our flask nice and topped up, which we sorely need. And there's a shrine as well. Nice. It's the most souls I've thought of the game. It's definitely got some soulsy feels to it, for sure. Oh, I don't like... Shit! God damn it! Oh, that's so grim. We'll probably go up to the next shrine, I think, and then maybe call it there. Try and sprint it and monumentally cock it up. swinging around a big sword. To be fair, when I play a Souls game, that's my strategy the majority of the time. Just the big sword build. Haha, get fucked. Maybe this way is like the alternate. I'm just trying to work out which way to go next. Because I can come down here. Well, that looks like a point of no return. You know what? We'll go to that shrine. There's a shrine literally along there. That's probably the correct way to go. Correct in the loosest possible sense. Brutal. Doing that whilst I'm in combat is very, very crap. That just... Game's cheating. Just want to get to that little shrine. That's all I want. Just hoovering up the sparks. Very, very Souls-like. What? Bullshit. Yeah. Must be in here where the lantern is then. The lantern's maybe the guiding. Dumb. Forgot about that one. I really like that little follow-up attack. What the fuck, man? I kind of call bullshit on that. You know, I was pretty much attached to that, and then the moment I pressed L2 to, like, you know, deflect the arrow, it's just like, we're just going to detach you from the thing that we attached you to. Thank God I had the health to survive the fall. That would have been royally bullshit otherwise. Unbelievable, man. Good luck, bro. Thank you. We'll make it across. It's just an archer. Oh no. At least they're not particularly dangerous. Well, this guy's pretty tough, though. New letter Yaguai discovered. Enslaved Yaksha. In the northwest borderlands of the kingdom of Ueto, there was a small village where an elderly couple had been childless for many years. One day the old man went into the mountains to chop wood and discovered a young child under an ancient tree. The child's skin was dark and his appearance frightening, quite different from the village children. Seeing his frail limbs and body covered in scars, the old man assumed he was a refugee and brought him home. The old woman also found the child unusual and initially wanted to send him away. However, after washing, dressing, and feeding him, she couldn't help but feel some affection for him. After some discussion, the couple decided to keep him. At first, the couple treated the child very well, but within half a year, due to his strange appearance, the villagers began to gossip and called him Ugly Slave. Fucking hell, what a bunch of pricks! And it sounds like they're being racist as well. The odd couple, feeling ashamed, also started to treat him less kindly and even called him the same way those villagers did. Within 2 years, his skin turned a dark green and made him wear thick clothes to cover his entire body, forbidding him to take them off even in the scorching heat. 3 years later, the ugly slave grew more robust and horns began to sprout from his head. The old man, increasingly fearful, confined him to the woodshed. Whenever he was angry, he would enter and whip the child, sometimes even using a hatchet to cut off his horns, leaving him covered in blood. The old woman, disgusted by the sight, blamed everything on the child. She would beat him when upset and even burn him with fire when she felt ashamed. The ugly slave endured this torment in the woodshed for another 5 years. Bloody hell. One day, a group of wandering Yakshas passed by and heard the curses in the Yaksha tongue coming from the woodshed. They broke in and found their tormented kin. They gave the ugly slave a long halberd, and in his fury he stormed into the house and repaid the old couple for all they had done for him. Years later, the ugly slave's resentment still simmers, and only by tormenting his prey can he find any semblance of joy. It just gets worse and worse. Oh, is that the way I just came in? Oh, it is. People are suffering in this prison. People are suffering everywhere in ancient China, it seems. That looks like something you can climb up. Go higher. There's got to be a shrine around here somewhere. Let's just meet on a slab there. Bye-bye. Fuck. Oh, fuck off! Fuck this game. I want to see what's... That shit was actually heinous, man. I'm gonna see what's the other way, because, you know, why the fuck not? You know, we know that we need to go both ways because there's another ramp leading up, so we know we have to go back that way anyway. Let's just see what's the other way. Absolute nonsense. I'm fairly certain this is the only place in the game where I've been able to, where the game has knocked me to my death. Like, that's actually insane. Knocking me to my death. Don't trust myself with them. Oh wait, have I looped round now? Is that what's happened? Who's that? Yeah, okay, all I did there was loop round.
听劝些，黄眉老怪费尽心血打造的牢狱，不是想来就来，想走就走的。疯的疯，死的死，都没个好下场。这诵经念咒，升起身，你呀。
I'm gonna skip through this a bit because I don't want the change in scenery to come during this discussion.
回去吧，不听善言。 诵经念咒，你呀，何方信我？
I'm getting a shit ton of XP, but... I'm not sure that's what I need right now. Yeah, now we're back here. Well, let's just... okay. Oh, so we can craft our weapon again, or is that just the same craft? Oh no, we can do this one. Ooh! Punishing downpour executes thunder damage to the enemy instead of area damage. Both move of light attack combo, mobile, spin, staff, can star of a whirlwind, and sounds increasing attack damage and range. Rat Sage does seem good. I use a lot of light attack combos, to be fair. Anything worth buying? We do have mind cores. Might as well. Just keep tops up on the shop. Oh wait, had I not crafted this yet? Oh wait, no, that's just the ebon gold. Fuck it, I'll just craft it for good measure, but not equip it. Just so I have all the armor, you know? And in case I ever decide that swag is more important. Yeah. Ooh, I haven't cultivated the sparks in a while. To be fair, I just spent all my will, so... Well, that was certainly something. Oh wait, more journals? More lesser outlines? Oh, okay, we don't know fully what that is, that's fine. Ah. Turns title screen. Yeah, so that was certainly a thing. We actually only died about 10 times in total this stream. So not too bad, but yeah, just oof. This is gonna be a fun area in the next stream, I think. But yeah, that was fun. We'll end the recording there.